Hello, everyone, and welcome to the monthly messages from Mother Mary offered by Samara Grace. And so, of course, I'm Samara Grace. I've been channeling Mother Mary since 1997, 1998. So that's a good long while to be sharing her messages. And every month I ask Mother Mary to kind of offer to anyone who's listening on the live broadcast here on Zoom, or those of you that watch it later, some information that hopefully would be helpful in navigating the challenges and changes in this time. If you want more information, I have a website at samaragrace.com, and you can reach me at my email, which is samaragrace1111@gmail.com. And I'm always happy to hear from you and to answer any questions that you might have. And my most recent book is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and it's called Will You Be With Me? And it's the story of how Mother Mary first showed up in my life and some of the adventures that have taken place since. And it's a page turner, as they say. So I want to just let you all know that I never know exactly what Mother Mary is going to say in advance. And that's what kind of makes it, I guess, more interesting. Certainly for me, makes it more interesting because I don't really know what she'll say. But what she really wants us to understand is how powerful we are and how powerful our thoughts are. And in a broadcast a couple of months ago, she just reminded me and everyone that we will see what we say. So it kind of took me back a little bit to make sure that I'm saying what I want to see. So without further ado, let me just take a moment and I'll close my eyes. And if you want to put your hands on your heart, you can. That's not necessary. But it's a way to hear what she offers, not just with your mind, but also with your heart. Well, so hello to all my beloveds. And I think more than anything, what I want to talk to you about tonight is intention. Intention. Because lots of people, what do they say? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's not really what I'm talking about. Intention is really how you speak about yourself, to yourself, and how you speak and operate with others. So, in other words, if you do it from just the human point of view, as a human being, you say, I'm a man or I'm a woman, I'm this age or that age, this is my job, etc., etc. And so what's happening when you do that is you are only calling upon a fraction of the light of you. And so to expand your intention is to recognize that you are not only a human being, but you are a spirit in that human form. And so the larger intention is built around what many of you have already studied, which is a sentence that begins with I am. So in order to have intentions that will manifest and create what I think most of you are really wanting to see in the world, the very first step is to realize I choose to intend that my highest self, my greatest light, is how I choose to be in the world. So many times people write their own sentences. That's entirely up to you. But intention will be linked to whether you call upon only your human self or you call upon your I am presence. And when you call upon your I am presence, what is happening is that you are calling upon all of the light that you are. You are calling upon your higher self. You are sort of inviting all of your chakras to be resonant and congruent and lined up. And so I just really want to invite you to, from now on, to just take a moment and realize how you begin your day, how you operate during the day, how you go to bed at night, can all be enhanced by really delving into and creating a close relationship and a clarity about your I am presence. the words themselves are not as important as how they feel to you. So some people might say, you know, I am an emissary of light. I am a beautiful being. I am, you know, it's what is going to feel resonant and true for you. And so with that intention, that larger intention, now it's time to realize, am I seeing through my higher self, my third eye, as some would say, my crown chakra, my heart, when I look out into the world? And so here's the next piece. So first you sort of summon your I am presence. But now as you look out into the landscape of the world, there are several things that might be happening. One is to be afraid, to watch something happening, because there's lots of things happening that aren't comfortable and aren't how you'd like them to be. But if you see through the eyes of fear, what you're doing is contributing to the very energy that you do not want to be seeing. So how do you reconcile the eye of fear? How do you not be afraid, right? Well, my first message from Gabriel was, be not afraid, right? God is with you. So if you see something that is making you fearful, what you must do before you do anything else is go back inside and say, I belong to love. I belong to light. I am here to be a being of love and light. And so if I see something out there that is not a creation I choose to value and see continuing, now you bring in the I am presence and say, and see the remedy. So what is the remedy? The remedy, of course, is always love. And so you see love, and you could see it as a beautiful stream of starlight coming down and changing package delivery. You see that light coming down, right? And you see it shifting the pattern of misunderstanding, misbehaving, miscreation that was out there just a moment ago. You see through the eyes of clarity and love, and therefore you allow it to begin to transform. So you're using your I am presence and your soul sight, right, Francis? You're using your soul sight to see beyond or even through the miscreation into what is possible. So it's like you're sending a BALM into the world rather than a BOMB into the world. So in these coming days, one of the practices that we really invite you to do is to summon and be in your I am presence. Use whatever words, music, nature, song, whatever stirs you in that way. And then the next thing, before you do anything else, is to say your prayer for the world. And last time or the time before, I spoke about using these selenite towers, right? Some of you have them. Some of you, I think, will get them. The reason I've chosen this and the reason it can be powerful is selenite is a transmitter. And by many of you having this and having this same heartfelt intention, you can just sort of imagine all over the world, people with their selenite towers now saying their prayer. So let me go back to the lesson. So the first thing is to be in your I am presence. If there's a miscreation, you've sent it love, right? But now the prayer is this, because you will see what you say. Maybe not immediately, but you will see what you say. So you might be saying, I see a world of peace. I see a world of plenty. I see a world of opportunity. I see a world of co-creation. I see a world of compassion. I see a world of joy, you know, and you can do that for about 2 minutes, longer if you like, but it's not a big, long deal, because what you've done is you've infused your selenite with your vision of the powerful, possible world, okay? Then you take your selenite and you put it somewhere lovely. You have an altar, that's fine. You want to put it in the moonlight, that's fine. You know, again, it's not a hocus pocus type of thing. It's much more your intention and summoning and harnessing your powerful I am presence to, first of all, send light to any miscreation that has been bothering you, absolutely. But now to begin to transmit into these selenite towers and therefore all over the world, your vision of a world of peace, prosperity, compassion, etc. As you begin to do this, what you're going to start to find is that your chakra system aligns with what you're saying. So I see a world of peace is going to make you more peaceful. I see a world of compassion. You're going to be in your hearts. I see a world of prosperity. You're not going to be afraid that you don't have enough money for this or that, because you're now at one with abundance and the world that you are creating. The eye of judgment that is operating in many parts of the world is a tool of separation, because the eye of judgment says, oh, he's better or she's better, or this is good and that's bad, and this person's all right, and that religion is this. And so it's like dividing everything up all the time. And if you want to see a world of peace and oneness and compassion, the practice is really to realize, what am I judging? Who am I judging? Am I judging myself? And I promise you, judgment is not the same as discernment. Judgment is categorizing, minimizing, separating, just because of some idea. And so all of that judgment is something we invite you to begin to send love and compassion to, and see people literally opening their eyes, right? Opening their third eye, if you will, so that there is not this separation going on. Now, does that mean that you accept terrible things? No. What it means is that you stand in your power and do your very best to send the light of love, compassion, prosperity, etc. And to be discerning is not to judge, it's to see clearly how someone is operating, behaving, or choosing. Not to judge them, but to then make your decision about what would love do here. And so if someone is operating in a malevolent way, and you have the capacity to leave, leave. If you have the capacity to confront without danger, confront. If you have the capacity to call 911, call 911. So it isn't about ignoring things, but it's about realizing the highest use of you is to use the power within to create what you would see without. In other words, outside of yourselves. There is a tremendous number of you. All of you, whether it's Reiki or whether it's, prayer groups, whether it's, music, yoga, all of these things, there are literally right now, there are millions of you doing something like this. And again, as I said, it's not that you have to have these magical words down in a certain way. But what I want you to realize is that part of what is happening is people are connecting with each other. And so just on the phone call a little bit earlier, Debbie was saying about a friend who lives in North Carolina that, you know, Samara could meet if she goes there again. Samara was recently in Ohio and got to see her beautiful cousins who connected her with a bunch of other people, along with her sister. So what's happening is trust what you know and what you feel sort of, oh, I wonder if so-and-so should know so-and-so, right? Because many of you have worked for many years. You know, I know that it's been a lonely ride sometimes, you know, to sort of, Samara said that from time to time. Hello, who's out there? Hello, hello, right? But the reality is now people are showing up. They really are. And they really want to change, and they really want to co-create, and they really want to love and support each other, as long as, again, it's for everyone's highest good. So if you haven't already gotten your selenite tower, they're not expensive. It doesn't even have to be this big. Go get one. Get one that fits you and your lifestyle. And begin to invite the world you wish to see, the world that would be most loving, to be part of your prayer practice and to be part of how you choose to share and operate, if you will, in this way. One of the things that is in the way right now are the memories of loss and failure. And what I want to tell you is nothing's ever lost. And nothing was ever really a failure. It simply didn't produce what you wanted at that time. And so I'd like you to let go of the past. I'd like you to let go of this idea that you can't move forward, that you can't do something new because in 1988 this happened, or in 1997 that happened. There isn't any lingering past that can hold you back now unless you let it. And so with all my heart, I just really invite you to free yourself and see yourself in the world that you want to be in. If it's beautiful, fertile, abundant, glorious, kind, compassionate. And when you're out with someone and they feel obligated to say to you, oh, do you know what happened to so-and-so, and this and that, this and that. You know, listen for a moment because it's a friend or someone you're with, and then say, you know, that's a really tough situation. But what helps me is doing my prayer work, recognizing what I can recognize, doing what I can do, because I believe the power within is what can change the world without. And when you do that, again, you're dismantling these old patterns of struggle and strife, of disappointment and competition and all of that. I want to take a moment or two and put in an advertisement for Mary's Angels. Some of you know about Mary's Angels. Some of you have joined. It's, for now, it's a group on Facebook. And it's beginning. It's just starting. It's just starting. But what we're wanting is a place where you can come and post something wonderful, something delicious, something kind, something you've done or something you've seen someone else do. Because part of what helps people to erase the past, to let go of the whatever of the past, is to see in the present something inspiring and wonderful. So if you haven't already joined Mary's Angels, right now it's private, but you can request to join, and we'd love to see you there. And we'd love you also to just look for and be a part of sort of the kindness connection, you know, and just see what comes from that. because it doesn't cost anything to be kind. And it gives you lots and lots of joy back. I had Samara write something down. I think it's important to realize if someone is suffering, it is not your job to talk them out of it. Because suffering has a place. And if you try to jump in, right? Oh, it's all going to be better next week, and it's just a small thing, and don't worry about it. What you're saying is what you feel isn't important. So what we would like you to do is err on the side of compassion. If someone is suffering, hold them, love them, send them Reiki, wish them well, whatever. But you can't talk someone out of what they're feeling. You have to just let them feel it. And in that process, to be with them is an incredible gift. Because that assuages the depths of despair that they might be in that moment and allows them to feel seen and heard and held. And then after a little while, they can move on. They can move on. So everything that I'm saying is based on the idea that you will see what you say and you will say what you feel. And so what we want for you, of course, is to feel wonderful. But sometimes you don't. And we don't want you to pretend anything, because authenticity is the way home. To be who you are, to be whatever you're feeling. And so to be one of Mary's angels is really to just hold them and love them and let them be where they are in that moment. And when they're ready, they'll reach a hand out for help, for ideas, for the name of a counselor, body work, or, whatever it might be. Because right now, everybody's climbing, right? Everybody's, what did Ram Dass always say? We're all just walking each other home. And we are. And some of you are further up the mountain, shall we say. But it doesn't mean you look back and call the other ones laggards. You realize they're doing the best they can with what they know and the resources that they have. And so be with them. When I first came to Samara and I said, will you be with me? She was completely puzzled about what that could possibly look like or mean. Because you've all been raised to be such doers, right? But to be with someone is to hear them, to see them, and to feel them. Not to drum with them, but to be with them. And that is a huge gift at this time, because it takes them out of the mind's worry and fear and lets them be in their body and their heart. And that's where the healing can begin. So for many of you, I know this is, I want to say old school, but it's so essential right now to realize I will see what I say and I say what I believe. So let it be from my I am presence. Let it be from my soul sight. Let it be from my heart. And let it be my wish for the world to be a world of peace, prosperity, and plenty. So I want to thank you for listening. In a moment, I'm going to turn off the video, and those who are online can have a little chat with me. But I just wish for all of you to just realize The road ahead does not have to be hard. It really doesn't. But what it does require is that you allow your divinity to embrace your humanity and to go forth with all of that, your I am presence, walking in the world in peace and joy and plenty. So this is Samara Grace saying goodbye, and Mother Mary for now. I wish you all well, and may it be, may it be, may it be.